Hi, I'm Jamie Francis, and I'm a 42-year-old failed no-budget filmmaker. Or so I'm led to believe.
I grew up in a small town of Crofton. Population about 2,500 on a good day.
This used to be my school, elementary school. I used to play basketball, hockey right here. This is my dad. He'd tell you all about the prices of alfalfa in 1996.
I'm cutting the blackberries so my grapes grow. I planted grapes here ages ago. Look at them. They're all over here.
How much is the price of grapes?
I don't know, but I like the homemade ones. These are Eddie Sanchez's old grapes. Right there, look at that. Beautiful.
That's the Eddie Sanchez special?
Well, he brought them from France. Don't you know? They're super good, but they sold that place, right? I used to get my grapes from there. I'm gonna go to the dock. Check me out, see if I have any brains left. No brains whatsoever.
Well, you don't need a doctor to tell you that.
Where'd my brains, Doc? They disappeared because you live in Crofton for 62 years.
Unfortunately, you never had any. That's what he was gonna say.
That's right. Hey, you know what? You grew one extra brain cell. Now you got two.
Born in 1982, I also had a straggler, my brother Dan.
Dan and I always created stuff together from the second we were born, I believe. Drawing on walls, and then that grew into drawing comic books. We actually ended up publishing our own comic book back in high school.
Together, we always wanted to tell stories. Movies were always kind of the dream, but we never really had a camera. This is back in the day where we didn't just have a cinema quality camera in your pocket. This is back in the high 8 VHS days. 480 glorious lines of resolution. But then my dad bought us a sharp view cam and it was off to the races.
Who'd you kill?
What?
Who did you kill?
I killed Bob Martin because he made a mistake. Now it's time to erase that mistake.
It's hard to believe now, but 20 years ago, this was like a dream. This low quality video, but it was our film school.
Hey, I'm Dan. And I'm Jamie. And we're the Nature Boys.
We spent a ton of time making shorts and also working on a zombie feature called Zombie Wars. But of course we never finished it, but it was a lot of fun and we learned how to run over a zombie and wreck a car. So what the hell am I talking about when I say I'm a failed filmmaker? And after all these years of making movies, 20 plus years at this point, how much have I made making our no budget movies? Maybe $100. None of our movies have won any major awards, springboarded our career into the next Robert Rodriguez or Quentin Tarantino or Kevin Smith even. But to be honest, that's okay. Because truly deep down, and I've only really realized this being 40 plus years old, is that was a weak goal. That's the 90s. A lot of kids growing up in the 90s, the early 2000s, dreamed of the Kevin Smith lottery ticket. You know, making a movie and then selling it for millions of dollars or catapulting their career into directing the next Spider-Man movie, whatever. It was the big movie at the time. And that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to make little movies. Basically what we're making now. We made McManus & Sons. 80% of it we shot in one day. Making like a Spider-Man movie or getting hired to work on a $100 million movie just was never, ever really in the cards, let alone something I even wanted to do. It didn't sound appealing at all. I want to make little movies. Our first movie, Zombie Wars, the High 8 movie, was a huge movie in scope, shot on High 8 with $0. So when you start out making movies or dreaming of making movies, you tend to go really big when you have no money. I found myself drawn way more towards people like Mark Duplass, the Duplass brothers. I get super inspired by guys like Joel Haver on YouTube, Dan Lotz, making these really intimate small movies, one-person movies sometimes, one crew member. I got really inspired by YouTube and even just vlogs, and that's why I'm doing this vlog. I'm super inspired by my friends Damon Fryer and Dave Coulter, who I work hand in hand with on their channel as an editor. My buddy Pioneer Polly, shooting their life, documenting. There's something super intimate about this format that I've kind of missed out on. I started a vlog in 2016 and did it for about 200 days. A daily vlog. This is kind of in the height of like the Casey Neistat days. Personally, I really enjoyed it, But I think I missed the point of what made Casey's and a lot of the vloggers at the time successful. A lot of the vlogs were very short, a couple minutes, and a lot of just montages. And it didn't really tell a story. It didn't tell this. It didn't tell anybody about me, who I am, and what I want to do. Failed on that level. So why do I say I'm a failed filmmaker? I believe filmmaking is a part of me, and it's something I truly needed to do. The process of making films and content should be the reward. The awards and accolades and even money is all very random, and people's opinions, you see movies all the time make a crap load of money in the theater and they're not very good. I don't think of that as a failure because of monetary and accolades. If it makes you truly feel like you put out a good effort and you learn from it, like, that is not failure at all. I do filmmaking as a living. Sure, I might be a failed no-budget filmmaker that's made no money with his no-budget movies, but I also have worked with awesome people over the years, legends. I worked with David Dakota for almost 2 years making low-budget movies, and it was super fun, and I'm super proud of that time, and I owe Dave a lot of thanks. He gave me the confidence to be an editor, which I'm super grateful for, super happy about, and it took a lot of work, it's a lot of grind, but it's one of my proudest things. How can you be a failure if you're happy with where you're at? So yeah, that's part one. I coined this a vlogumentary. Has that been a thing? Has anybody called anything a vlogumentary? This is like the vlogumentary, the start the vlog. I wanted to sort of really open up and tell you kind of my journey of being a 40-year-old failed no-budget filmmaker. I truly hope this kind of inspires you, or at least takes a different approach if you're a filmmaker and you're in my shoes, where you think you're a failure. Comment below your thoughts. What is failure to you? Do you take your failures and learn? We made a ton of stuff that we never even released because we were too embarrassed. And I really regret that. I wish we just posted all our stuff. There's feature films that we shot and never really completed. And I think completing stuff is super important. I think that's how you learn. So anyway, I hope you stay along and hit the subscribe button. I will be posting these as regular as I can. Right now, I think once a week would be a sick goal, but I definitely would want to post more, explore this long format. I know people are saying shorts are the king, do the shorts. And I like to kind of go the other way. I work in long form editing. There's a lot of potential with this. Tell me what you want to talk about. I've been doing this kind of stuff for 20 plus years now, almost 10 years professionally, and nothing's really off limits. Don't pretend I know everything. You're learning every day. If you watch this all the way to this point, I super appreciate you. I'm still new to vlogging. I can't just vlog in public, but to really get my thoughts across, I have to kind of be pacing around my house. Maybe check out some of our shorts, watch our features if you really want to. I really appreciate you guys. Hit that like button, subscribe if you are new or old, like me. Peace.
Make it good. Like, light it cool.